Today our topic is the link between Stoicism and minimalism. Both Stoicism and minimalism are ways of thinking and living that help people focus on what really matters. They teach us to let go of things we don't need, whether those are physical things, emotional baggage, or distractions. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that started in Greece and Rome. It teaches us to control our emotions, accept what we cannot change, and focus on what we can control. Minimalism is a modern idea that encourages us to live with less, to keep only what adds value to our lives, and to remove everything that doesn't. At first glance, these two ideas might seem different, but they are deeply connected. Both Stoicism and minimalism are about finding freedom, peace, and happiness by simplifying our lives. Let's start with Stoicism. The Stoics believe that the key to a good life is not in having more, but in wanting less. They taught that we should not be attached to material things because these things can be taken away from us at any moment. Instead, we should focus on our inner qualities like wisdom, courage, and self-control. The Stoics believe that external things like money, fame, or possessions are not what make us happy. True happiness comes from within, from how we think and how we react to the world around us. This idea is very similar to minimalism, which tells us that owning fewer things can lead to a more meaningful and focused life. Minimalism is not just about having a tidy home. It's about removing distractions so we can concentrate on what truly matters. Both Stoicism and minimalism teach us to be mindful of our desires. The Stoics said that many of our problems come from wanting things we don't have or fearing to lose what we do have. This constant wanting and fearing can make us unhappy and stressed. Minimalism also warns us about the dangers of wanting too much. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with advertisements and messages telling us to buy more, own more, and do more. But minimalism reminds us that more is not always better. In fact, having too much can weigh us down and make us feel overwhelmed. Both philosophies encourage us to ask ourselves, do I really need this? Will this make my life better, or will it just add more clutter? Another important link between Stoicism and minimalism is the idea of control. The Stoics believe that we should focus only on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. For example, we cannot control the weather, but we can control how we prepare for it. We cannot control other people's actions, but we can control how we respond to them. This mindset helps us stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. Minimalism also emphasizes control, but in a different way. By choosing to own fewer things, we take control of our environment and our time. We decide what is important and what is not. This gives us a sense of freedom and clarity. When we are not overwhelmed by too many possessions or commitments, we have more time and energy to focus on what truly matters. Both Stoicism and minimalism also teach us to appreciate what we have. The Stoics practiced gratitude as a way to stay content and happy. They believe that by being thankful for what we have, we can avoid the trap of always wanting more. Minimalism also encourages gratitude. When we simplify our lives, we start to notice and appreciate the things we already have. For example, instead of buying a new piece of furniture, we might realize that the old one is still perfectly good. Instead of always wanting the latest gadgets, we might appreciate the ones we already own. This shift in mindset helps us feel more satisfied and less stressed. One of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism is the idea of impermanence. The Stoics reminded us that nothing lasts forever. Everything changes, and everything eventually comes to an end. This might sound sad, but it's actually a very freeing idea. When we accept that things are temporary, we can stop clinging to them so tightly. We can enjoy them while they last, but we don't need to hold on to them forever. Minimalism also teaches us about impermanence. When we choose to live with less, we learn to let go of things more easily. We understand that things are just things, and they don't define who we are. This makes us more flexible and adaptable, which is a very useful quality in a world that is always changing. Both Stoicism and Minimalism also help us deal with failure and setbacks. The Stoics believe that challenges are a natural part of life, and they help us grow stronger. Instead of being afraid of failure, we should see it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Minimalism also teaches us to embrace simplicity, even when things don't go as planned. For example, if we lose our job or face a financial crisis, minimalism can help us adjust by focusing on what is truly necessary. By living with less, we are better prepared to handle life's uncertainties. In today's fast-paced world, many people feel stressed, overwhelmed, and disconnected. Both Stoicism and Minimalism offer solutions to these problems. They remind us to slow down, to focus on the present moment, and to appreciate the simple things in life. They teach us that happiness does not come from external things, but from how we think and how we live. By practicing Stoicism and Minimalism, we can create a life that is more meaningful, more peaceful, and more fulfilling. To apply these ideas in your own life, start by asking yourself some simple questions. What do I really need? What can I let go of? What brings me joy and what just adds clutter? Try to focus on the things you can control, and let go of the things you cannot. Practice gratitude by appreciating what you have, rather than always wanting more. And remember that life is short, so make the most of it by focusing on what truly matters. Whether you are a Stoic, a minimalist, or both, these principles can help you live a simpler, happier, and more meaningful life. Both Stoicism and Minimalism are not about depriving yourself. They are about freeing yourself. They are about removing the unnecessary so you can focus on what is truly important. In a world full of distractions and temptations, this is a powerful and liberating way to live. So take a step back, simplify your life, and focus on what really matters. You might be surprised at how much happier and more peaceful you feel.